The ancient Egyptians witnessed a miracle every day, a flower, the lotus, rising from the mud, opening with the sun, and closing again into darkness. To them, this was no ordinary act of nature. It was the very secret of creation itself. Introduction. The lotus, known in ancient Egyptian as Sesen, was one of the most important symbols in Egyptian religion and thought. It represented creation, rebirth, regeneration, and purity. This symbolism was not abstract. It was grounded in both natural observation and religious texts, preserved across millennia. As Egyptologist Richard H. Wilkinson explains, Egyptian symbols often derived their meaning from observable natural phenomena interpreted through a religious lens. The Lotus and Creation Myth. In Egyptian cosmology, creation began in the chaotic waters of Nun. From these waters, a lotus flower emerged, floating on the surface of the primeval ocean. From within this lotus, the sun god, often identified as Ra, was born. In later theological traditions, the child god Nefertum is explicitly described as emerging from the lotus at dawn. This imagery reflects the daily behavior of the blue lotus, which closes at night and opens with the rising sun. Ancient texts reinforce this connection. In the Pyramid texts, one of the oldest surviving religious writings in the world, the deceased king is linked to solar rebirth. You have gone up on high. You have risen as the lotus. Here, the lotus is not merely ornamental. It is a cosmic mechanism of rebirth. The lotus and the gods. The lotus was closely associated with divine beauty, youth, and regeneration. The god Nefertum, associated with the lotus and the sweet fragrance offered to Ra, embodied the freshness and renewal of creation itself. According to temple inscriptions, Nefertum represents the first emergence of life from chaos. Egyptologist Geraldine Pinch notes that Nefertum symbolizes the moment of creation as a perpetual renewal. Thus, the lotus became a visible sign of divine presence and creative power. Rebirth and the Afterlife. The symbolism of the lotus extended deeply into funerary belief. In the Coffin Texts, the deceased explicitly seeks transformation into a lotus. I am this pure lotus which comes forth from the field of the sun. This idea continues in the Book of the Dead, where chapter 81 is titled, Spell for Transforming into a Lotus. I am a lotus pure, which came forth from the sunlight. To become a lotus was to be reborn, just as the sun is reborn each day. As Egyptologist Jan Osman explains, Egyptian afterlife beliefs were centered on cyclical regeneration, modeled on solar and natural patterns. Lotus in art and architecture. The lotus became a dominant motif in Egyptian art and architecture. In temples such as Karnak Temple and Luxor Temple, Columns were carved in the form of lotus buds and open blossoms. These were not merely architectural details. They symbolized the primeval marshes of creation, the sacred place where life first emerged. Lotus flowers also appear in banquet scenes, jewelry, and offering rituals, linking daily life to cosmic meaning. Ritual and sensory experience. The blue lotus was valued for its fragrance and possible mild psychoactive properties. Residues found in archaeological contexts suggest it was used in perfumes and ceremonial practices. Scholars such as Lise Manish note its role in sensory ritual environments, combining scent, symbolism, and altered states. In this way, the lotus engaged not only belief, but experience. Cultural influence. The symbolism of the lotus spread beyond Egypt through trade and cultural exchange. It influenced artistic and symbolic traditions across the Mediterranean and Near East. Though meanings evolved, the central idea endured: life emerging from darkness into light. At its core, the lotus expresses a universal truth. It rises from the mud, yet remains untouched by it. A quiet reminder: every dawn is born from darkness.